Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Cancer for the month of December, including late November 2025. So currently, Cancer, we are in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. So lots of action and energy this month available for you. Fast moving energy, to say the least. Positive as well. So you are in your sixth house. The sixth house governs health and housekeeping. So it's time to do all those things that you've been putting off for a while. All sorts of things that we just say, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes. Also, health issues may pop up this time in the sixth house. Teeth, niggly little problems that you think, oh, there, that comes again, oh, look, it'll go away, that kind of thing. In the sixth house, they tend to become more prominent and sort of force us to attend to them, literally. So, health and service, it's the house of Virgo, so very much about detail as well, getting things done. As I said, the list needs to be ticked off with all the unfinished business. Okay, so quick housekeeping. Please like, subscribe and comment to grow this channel. Thank you. Okay, energy around you in the sixth house. We have the Tower, major card, major energy. So when the Tower appears, it's time for us to literally change a structure in our life that is no longer working. As you can see by the image, the Tower is literally on fire. People are jumping out of it to get away from the destruction that's in progress. So in other words, it's time to sort of bulldoze that tower and start something new. Now this could be a way of doing things as well, the way you've always done things, and then you've suddenly realised, look, I keep doing the same thing, getting the same result. But it's major, so it's like, come on, time to shift the perspective as well. But yeah, get rid of old ways of doing things in new ways. It could even be, it usually does refer to a building or a structure, something like that, but it also deals with how we kind of approach life and situations and challenges. Right, let's get on with the reading and the messages coming through for you Cancerians. Last 4 weeks of the year, nearly. Wow, hasn't it been a quick time? So let's see where you are right now. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow-moving energy, young male, sort of immature energy. Not yet a king. Can often relating to, most times, to a real person in your life or a situation that is in your life that you're thinking, oh, well, what's going on with that Knight of Pentacles? Like, if it is a person, why haven't they said anything to me? Or do they like me, or don't they like me, or what's going on? So it's a very slow moving. But the main thing to remember about the Knight of Pentacles, it's a very loyal, dependable energy. So it does take its time to sort of manifest itself, I suppose, in your life. And it could just be a passage of time that you're waiting for some kind of a result. And you're just thinking, why is this taking so long? But it does take so long often because it needs time, detail, etc. So the Knight of Pentacles, he actually represents the Virgo energy, which is also, Virgo is the 6th house. So you can see, and so don't be stressed if you think, oh God, this is never going to happen. It will, but it'll just happen on a much slower level to what you're used to. So let's see what the influencing card for that and the rest of the reading is the 3 of Cups. The celebrations, usually. Happy times. Could be pregnancies, also marriage. But over and above those two, it is a time for celebration. I might also add that there may well be 3 people in a relationship here. And whenever we get it with the cups and the court cards, which represent real people, it can sort of give us a clue as to what's going on. Maybe you've met somebody who you just struck up a connection with, and then you really aren't hearing from them or something like that, and it's usually because they may be still involved with somebody else. So there's a third person, or you may be the third person. But anyway, that's up to you to decipher. I'm just interpreting here. Excuse me. So let's go to the background and see what was going on there. So we're talking October, November, but also this energy still prevails today. So it's still of use to you. So let's see what was going on there. And we had the Page of Cups. So a connection, an emotional connection with somebody or something. So the thing could be a passion or something that's really ignited your emotional energy to go, yeah, that's what I really want to do. I've been waiting for inspiration, and here it comes in by way of the Page of Cups. Alternatively, it could be a person that you have met that invoked that with you. So it's like, oh wow, you know, who's this and what's going on with this? Where's this going, type of thing. And thirdly, it could be actually a child or a baby or a pregnancy, and this is where it's sort of, because this represents children. Sorry, that was a bit convoluted. Yeah, so it represents children or newborns or pregnancies that aren't quite, you know, haven't come to their maturation yet. But yeah, it does represent children or new additions to the family. Let's say that to save all the other words that I've used. Nice. Okay. Recent influences. The beautiful 9 of Pentacles, so completion. And what a better time of year to get the 9 of Pentacles, because completion is completion. And this also talks about finances being fine and stable. It talks about whatever you're doing in terms of your work initiative, what you're doing with work, how that's going for you. When we get the 9 of Pentacles showing up, it does sort of indicate that things are going really well for you. A project has nearly come to its completion. You should be proud of that, and especially if it's been, as the Knight of Pentacles says, especially if it's been a long sort of time coming, you can be sure that, yeah, you're nearly there. So a lovely card, actually. And 2, with a combination of the Page of Cups, the 3 of Cups, and the 9, you can have a pregnancy. So for those who that applies to, congratulations. That's all I'll say about it. The lesson you'll be learning in December, November. Ah, beautiful. Page, Wheel of Fortune. This is the most amazing card, and we only usually get it in a reading once or twice in a year's time, because it's very hard one sort of card to get. It's like something that you've really been working very hard towards, and then suddenly it's just like the Wheel of Fortune is in your eye line, and you're like, okay, everything's really starting to come together. I'm getting abundance, I'm getting growth, I'm getting everything's come together, and now it's my turn to shine. I've reached what I wanted to achieve. Very fortuitous. But as I said, it doesn't necessarily come along very often. It's a hard won card, really. So it represents the biggest planet of all, the Jupiter. So Jupiter is expansion and growth. So it's like things are really sort of in a great place for you right now. And don't forget that too. And then that's the lesson for the 4 weeks. So take full advantage of that and press on with whatever it is you're doing. So it's great. Near future. And we get the King of Swords. So we get the thinking king. We get clarity with him. He usually is very much a man of word. He's a word man, he's a thinking man. Could be somebody like a lawyer as well. Now, as we all know, lawyers are very good with words. They can spin anything to how they want it to come to be projected. So sometimes if that is a person of interest to you, yes, listen to the words by all means, but there can be a bit of fudging there too. It can be sort of a bit persuasive in terms of you thinking, oh, okay, but he said all that, but where's the backup? But generally, going back to the general meaning of it, it's clarity, it's getting things done. This guy is really kind of very good at what he does. He's very clever. He's very mind-oriented, obviously. It's an air sign. So he's coming in there in the second week of December. So good energy there, and another court card. So obviously could be a real person or some expert or another that you need to perhaps consult with to get advice from. That's him. Okay, so we're going down here to see what's happening that you're not realising, and this one can often be the key to the whole reading. And we have the Ace of Wands. So definitely a lot of energy being available to you. So you've got the Ace of Wands, you've got the energy of Jupiter coming in. Use this wisely. And definitely we are in fire element with Sagittarius at the moment, so it could absolutely provide you with a lot of energy to get all the stuff you want done, especially in December, because we're all amping up for Christmas and holidays and seeing family again. So there's a lot to do, and you have plenty of energy to get things done and some left over to enjoy yourself. Okay, also for those younger people, it's fertility, so just be mindful of that one too. How others see you. Six of Swords coming out of a really sort of a bit of a not a rough time, but a tumultuous time, energetically, mind energy ways, or just how you're feeling about yourself. We get the Six of Swords, and this card sort of says cruisier times are in front of you now. You've come through the worst of the storm, literally. The storm has passed, and now you've got beautiful, calm sailing going on for you for the next little while. And people see that in you as well, obviously, and also it can mean travel and moving, basically just travel. So wonderful card too, especially if you've been having a bit of a hard time of late, especially mentally. You know, we can really go down rabbit holes and get stuck down there with our mind if the mind sort of rules over matter and over our intuition, and it's like, oh my God, it's a hard cycle to break, but it is breakable. Positive feelings and a bit of exhaustion too coming here. Just a lot has been on your agenda, so literally, and then we've got the Ace of Wands down here, so this counteracts that. So yeah, if you are sort of been going at 100 miles an hour, you do have excess energy over with the Ace of Wands. But yeah, it's just like a sort of a bit of an orange light to say, you know, you need to slow down a little bit, Cancer. You've been sort of pushing it a bit too far energetically, and you know, you can, this is obviously we sort of get a bit unwell with this if we're exhausted from just taking on too much at once, basically. But you're aware of that, so yeah. It's a good card to get. Always to say, oh, just slow down a little bit. The outcome. And then we have the beautiful Queen of Pentacles to finish. House and home. Lovely card. Very female, very, very welcoming, very much female that's very at home and hearth. She's very much a grounded individual. Things are all sorted with her. You can go to her home and it's always a home. She's energetically very good, but also she'll be coming into Capricorn time, so then you can just really relax and enjoy and not worry so much about running around like a mad thing. So nice time coming up as we move into the Christmas sort of week, Christmas New Year week, nice and stable. So that's nice. I'm just going to put a qualifier on that Ten of Wands. A clarifier, I should have said. Clarifier, qualifier. Let's see what's underneath the surface of that. The King. Ooh, male energy. Big male energy. Man, authority, male sexual energy, things pertaining to the law and justice. Very similar to our King of Swords. Number 3. When the king appears to represent the powers of justice, authority, the law, male sexual energy. When the king appears on your path, it's time to put your house in order, complete any unresolved legal issues, and to deal with issues related to fairness. This king also lets you know that something significant is yours to experience and learn from. There is another meaning when the king appears on the path. If you're inquiring about a man and your relationship to him, the king stands to represent him, which will bode well or not well depending on the other cards that flank him. Pay attention, for this king reminds you to take affirmative action in your life. Now, does that not parallel with the 6th house? So get all your things sorted this month and take heed of the lesson too. Don't sort of take on too much at once, because it can come back to karmically tap you on the shoulder and go, now you're really burnt out. Okay, thanks so much for listening, Cancer. Have a great 4 weeks.